Okay. So this is the fourth time of me recording, not recording, doing this video because I keep forgetting to press record, and this, oh, that's really annoying. Let's see. Seems a little dark. I don't know. Cloudy. Yeah, that's dark. Okay. Trying to get the lighting right. This seems dark. What's that? Change the camera. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like this, I think. I don't know why it's not board. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now and see how I can make it better as I go along. Oh no. Let me see whether this is recording. Because okay, I think it's recording. I hope so, because all right, okay. The title of this video is Do What Feels Wrong. And this video is mainly for women. I know I mainly I almost always say that in my videos. Well, not in all of my videos, but in some of my videos I say that it's for women. It's because I feel like I feel more connected to working with women, especially in the area of relationships and in the area of loving yourself and romantic relationships and all of that. But this is more of this is a different thing, but it's all going towards personal development. And I just saw some people out the window, but mainly geared towards relationships. I'm gonna link it towards being in a relationship a little bit, but it's not just about that. Okay, so doing what feels wrong. I'm talking to this woman who has always felt like outcast. If you've always felt like the outcast since you were young, if you've always felt like you're the one that's different in your family, in your community, you've always felt like you don't fit in. You've always felt like um, always felt like different and like almost like a fish out of water. um, then this video is for you. You've most likely taken this part of you that feels like the outcast, which is it's not actually a part of you, it's who you are, and pushed it down, pushed it so far into your subconscious that you don't really want to you don't really want to connect with it because you've been told that that part of you is wrong, and this way about you that feels different, this way about you that does things in a different way, this way about you that thinks differently, is wrong. And it's caused you to, yeah, like I said, pushed it down to your subconscious. You may have also gotten into trouble because of this way of being, where you don't really listen to people that well. You've never really listened to people, even when you were young. You just did things in your own way, and you like to do things your own way. You like to play by yourself when you were young. That's not to say that you didn't play with your friends, with other kids and with your family, but you actually derived more joy in playing by yourself, and being by yourself, and always seeking that personal space. And this way about you probably continued, as you grew up, you went to work, you always felt like that. You also had trouble in taking orders from your boss, because you always had a way of doing things that was your way, even if it ended up, even if the result ended up being the result that, was what the company wanted, or where you're working, that's what they wanted, but you will do it your own way. Okay. The reason why the title of this video is "Do What Feels Wrong," it's for you as this woman who feels like an outcast, who's always felt like an outcast, because this part of you that you've been told that is wrong is what you have to bring out now. You have to kind of bring it out. You have to nurture it, and the way you're going to nurture it is to do things that you feel are wrong, that feel weird within you, that feel like it shouldn't be done. And that's not to say it is wrong. It's just that that's how you are. You feel like the outcast because you are the outcast. you are the outcast. You are not meant to fit in. You're not meant to belong. So stop trying to do that. That's the first thing. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to belong. Stop trying to be included. Stop trying to be involved. And stop trying to do things that cater to other people, because that's not where your juice is. That's not where your power is. Your power is in being the outcast. Your power is in being different. Your power is in not fitting in. And I know this is challenging. I know it's very, very challenging, especially when you don't know this. When you don't know that that's where your power is, it can be very challenging. Because for years and years and years, you've pushed this part of you, away. You've pushed this part of you. You've pushed this part of you so deep down, and you've lost kind of a connection with it. And that's just the way it will be in this collective society, in our larger societies, because our larger societies are not geared towards celebrating the individual, celebrating the person who seems like the outcast, because the collective is kept together, is glued together by sameness and by people being similar. That's what a collective is. A collective meaning people with similar values, shared values, similar beliefs, doing things the same way, thinking the same way. And that's how our societies are manifested. We have, if you look at our school systems, you go to school, you wear a uniform, you go to school, you're taught the same things. We have our political parties, that have one or two ideologies. We have rules for every way of being. We have rules for how relationships should be like, rules for how you should for how much you should earn, and rules for what kind of work you should be doing, and all of those things. And you being the outcast, you've always felt like you've had a different way of seeing the world. You've always felt like and that's why you didn't fit in. And the reason why you couldn't have fitted in and didn't fit in and didn't belong and always almost felt like a fish out of water since you were very, very young is because the truth is, yes, you are different because you have something different to birth into this world, into this collective consciousness. You know, your purpose, your gift, your talent that you are supposed to bring to this world is not of this world. It is not the same as the collective expectation. It's not going to look, it's going to go, in fact, it's going to go against what the collective is doing, or how the collective thinks. And in a way, if you've been the outcast, or if you felt like the outcast since you were young, it almost seems like there was something that was protecting this part of you, this gift of yours, this purpose of yours, protecting it from not being contaminated by other people's views, other people's beliefs. And that's why you always sought for your own personal space, and you always sought for your own to do things your way, and to kind of protect that part of you that wants to do things their way, even though it came at a price. You may have been punished, like I said, you may have been punished for being like that. You may have been looked at weirdly, or frowned upon, and it might have been very uncomfortable for you. And like I said before, if you don't know that that's where your power lies, it's going to be a challenge for you. It might have been a challenge for you. And I understand that. I understand that very, very much, because that's how I've always felt. I've always felt like I was different. I've always felt like I was different from my family. In my family, I've always felt like I was different from my community. And people can see that. People can see that you're different. People can sense that there's something about you that is not the same as the people around you. And this is why it feels like you are wrong, and it feels like how you are is wrong. But it's not that it is wrong, it's just that you are different. And in order for you to, like I don't know whether I said this before, in order for you to nurture this part of you and bring that part of you out, you have to start doing things that feel wrong. And your intuition is going to tell you, do this. Even if it feels weird, even if it feels wrong, you should do it. Especially if you are the woman that has always felt like the outcast. If you're the woman that has never fitted in, you've never felt like one of the crowd. Especially you, because you're going to feel that if you don't start doing things that your intuition tells you that feel wrong, you're going to feel it much more than somebody who can easily fit in, or somebody who is like made to fit in, somebody who, since they were young, they easily gelled well with people. They're not going to feel it as much as you. And if you know what I'm talking about, then if you feel any resonance with this video, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And bringing it into relationships, into the area of relationships, this part of you, it's not going to go off and on. If you've always felt like the outcast, that's how you are. That's who you are too. And that part of you is going to manifest. No matter how much you try to push it down, that part of you is going to manifest in the way you do life, in the way you do relationships. And you might have been in relationships, and you always felt that there's something missing because you've always had to hide a part of you. You've always felt like, um, okay, I'm in a relationship that, feels good. It feels exciting sometimes, but I know there's something missing. And you probably didn't know what that was. And what's missing and what's engendering this part of you that's missing, it's not as there's something wrong with you. It's just that you have a you have your own way of being in a relationship. The rules that are set by society and expectations that are set by society to say that this is how a relationship should be like, this is how people should be in relationships, and this is what a man should be doing, this is what a woman should be doing, this is how a man should be like, this is how a woman should be like, and when you get up in the morning, this is what you do, this is how you date. Maybe you didn't want to do those things. Maybe you wanted to do something completely different, but you couldn't even know that because you, oh, sorry, I'm moving around so much. I just saw the camera actually moving with my face as I'm moving around. Okay, what was I saying? I was talking about relationships. You probably didn't know why what was missing in your relationship is missing, or you probably didn't even know what exactly is missing, because the part of you that is really, really unique and the part of you that has its own relationship blueprint, which is not of society, it's the part of you that you have pushed down. You're trying to do relationships like society tells you this is how you're supposed to do a relationship, you know. That when that's not your way of doing relationships. That's you want a different, you want something else in a man. You probably want something else in a man. You want to do different things. You want to do things that maybe will seem weird and wrong to people. When you tell other people that this is how I do relationships, or this is what I really want in a relationship, people are going to tell you that this is wrong. Um it looks weird. It looks like you're giving something up, or it looks like mm, uh, it looks wrong, you know. But that's your way. That it's your way of doing relationships. And like I said, if you have always been the outcast, if you have always been the one that felt different since you were young, and you were laughed at for your difference, when you were, you could sense that people could see your difference, you're the one that's going to feel it much more than somebody who gels well with society. And you're going to have this knowing inside of you that something is missing in my relationships. Something's always missing in my relationships. And I'm not talking about, like what is seen to be, what's the expectation in relationships. It's going to be something eccentric. It's going to be something that you really want, but maybe you don't even know exactly what it is, or maybe you do know exactly what it is. But because it's not seen to be acceptable in a relationship, you are going to feel like you're always going to feel like this that relationships are stifling for you and they're not fulfilling for you. Um, and so, yeah, this is what I want to talk about today. It's doing start doing what is wrong. Start doing what feels wrong. It is not wrong per se. It is just labeled as wrong. When your intuition tells you do this, you do that. Uh, no matter how it seems like to other people, whether it's weird or funny or looks foolish or crazy. Um, who's to say what looks crazy? Who's to say what looks foolish? No one can say that. There's a standard that's set to say that this is what is acceptable in every arena of life. But the people that set the standard, they set the standard based on their way of being or with a specialized agenda. So no one can really tell anyone what the standard is for them. And like I keep saying, if you are the one that's always been the outcast, you are the one, you cannot do things like other people. That's gonna kill you. It's not your way. Let me just say it like that. It's not your way. And it's not something that you should strive to any longer. And you don't have to, especially now that we are getting out of the Piscean age. We're almost out of it now. We've now entered the age of Aquarius, where being an individual and bringing out your individuality and your uniqueness and your weirdness is more acceptable. Now you can talk about your weirdness. You can talk about your crazy ideas. You can talk about the things that you see, in the night or or during the day or whatever. Yeah. I think that's all. This is the fourth time I'm recording this video. I think I've said everything I need to say for now. If there's anything else I need to say about this, doing what feels wrong, I'll say it in other videos. But yeah, I'm gonna upload this Zoom video onto YouTube and Facebook. And I'm thinking, I think I've said everything. Yeah, I think I have actually. Like I said, if I have anything else to add, I will just say it in other videos. My videos are usually jumbled up anyway. And again, yeah, that also is part of doing what's wrong. It's like, because in this society, it's like you have to do things in a structured way. You have to do things. We have to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're an outcast, if you're the outcast, you're not going to do things like that. It's like, for instance, doing a video like I'm doing. You're supposed to have notes and make it make sense, make it make sense, make it follow a certain pattern. But like I said, if you're the outcast, you cannot do things like that unless that's your way. If that's your way, then that's fine, and it makes you feel fulfilled, and it makes you feel free on the live stream or the video that you're doing. But if you're the outcast and you've always done things in a different way, and you want to do them, you want to start the video by 10, let's say number 10, then you go to 4, then you go to number 2, then you go to number 7, then that's your way. And the people that are listening to you, they will get you. They will resonate with you in that way. That's an example of doing what feels wrong. The other thing I wanted to say, which I just remembered now, is like at the beginning of this video, I don't know what I was like, when I was fixing the lights and I was, doing my hair and all of that. Not that much, but a little bit. That is a very unusual thing for me. It's not that much unusual, but it's still kind of unusual, because to me, I do my makeup and my hair in my private space. To do it online where people are looking at me, it's like to me, that always felt wrong. Like to me, it's like you have to be perfect before you can appear in front of people. You can't see people, you can't let people see you when your hair's messed up or you're not looking right. So again, that's what I'm saying, allowing yourself to do what feels wrong when you're the outcast. And I keep repeating that. That's very important for you as a woman who feels like she's always been the outcast. When you're the outcast, do things the way they feel right for you, because that's what makes you the outcast, and that's who you are. That's who you've always been. That's where your juice is. That's where your power is. That's how you're going to attract your tribe. It's not by doing things the way other people do them. It's by doing things the way you want to do them, even if they see jumbled up and messed up. The people that resonate with you and the people that come again and again and again to listen to you. That's the thing that they like about you. Even the men that are going to be attracted to you, the men that are attracted to you, it's your uniqueness and your weirdness, your craziness, that thing about you, your way of being the outcast, your way of being this mysterious kind of woman who's like always doing her own thing. That's what attracts them to you. And some of them might know it, some of them might not even know why they're attracted to you. But that's one of the things that attracts them to you. Now, the other things might attract them to you too, which is, the way you look, the way you talk, and all of that. But one of the main ones is like your uniqueness, I don't do things like other people do them, and I'm okay with that. That's that way about you. That's what attracts the men that are attracted to you. That's what attracts you to them. And the way you nurture this part about you, this way about you, is to start doing the things that feel wrong. Not start doing the things that feel wrong. Do things that feel wrong. Just do you. That's what people mean when they say do you. Live your life the way you want to live it. Don't look at other people the way they're living life and say, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Do it the way you want to do it, even if it's like weird. I don't know how else I can anyway, I don't need to explain it. I was gonna say I don't know how else I can explain. I know that the people that are listening to this video, the ones that I'm talking to, they understand exactly what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I think that's the end of the video. And if I have anything more to say about this topic, I will say it in other videos. Have a great day wherever you are, and bye-bye for now.